The interconnectivity of systems in the Gaza Strip. It's morning. Abu Ahmed, a citizen from Gaza, wakes up and wants to wash his face. He turns on the faucet only to be surprised by an outage of water. He's lucky because he has a tank near the entrance of his house, which he regularly pays to see filled with water. So, all he needs to do is turn on the water pump to help water reach the tanks. Installed on the rooftop of the house, electricity is required to operate the water pump. However, he then realizes that his neighborhood has no electricity this morning, in which case an alternative solution must be found. A generator to help the water pump to operate in order to send water from the ground tank to the roof and then down to the tap in the house. If all of this equipment is not available, a generator, tank at the entrance of the house, water pump, roof tank, and the money to pay for them. Abu Ahmed wouldn't have water to wash his face. The water from his face flows into the city wastewater network, where it mixes with the used water and sewage of the neighbors. This sewage flows in the direction of the nearest treatment plant, with the help of many pumping stations on the way. Here is where sewage is treated, but only if there is power. If there isn't, then sewage would start flooding the nearest neighborhoods, exposing the residents to health hazards. Sewage also seeps into the farmland nearby, affecting crops and mixing with chemical fertilizers, turning exposed waters into an even worse health threat. But today is the citizens' lucky day. The pumping stations are working, and the sewage reached the nearest treatment plant. Here, if there is power, sewage will go through various levels of treatment depending on its ultimate use. Recharge of the aquifer, or reuse of irrigation, or into the sea. Whichever the choice, this treated drop of water will re-enter the life of Abu Ahmed through the food chain. Unfortunately, because of lack of equipment and lack of money to pay for workers, materials and consumables like a fuel, a great majority of the sewage of the Gaza Strip is not treated, but instead pumped into the sea as families are visiting. And they come into contact with sewage mixed with seawater. This sea pollution affects the fish that everyone eats, leading to more health problems. The drop of water now is a carrier of disease. The story of one drop of water illustrates an interconnection of systems involving electricity and fuel, food and economy, pollution of the natural environment, and ultimately our health. Interconnectivity between infrastructure, economy, and health while enabling the other.